Well, hello and welcome back to BGC here in Manila in the Philippines. Today, I'm going to take you to a few steakhouses and we're going to answer the question, just how much is a steak in BGC? But first, do you know what this is? This is where the old Fort Mall was. Well, it's finally been knocked down. How did it look? Very curious as to what that is going to become. But first, who's hungry? Let's go. And this is the newest steakhouse here in BGC, Smith and Wollensky. Did you know Smith and Wollensky was started in 1977 in New York City by a gentleman named Alan Stillman? He actually came up with the name by looking up random names in a phone book. I guess he didn't like the idea of it being called Stillman's, huh? But you can get an 18-ounce New York strip, boneless New York strip here for 6,480 pesos. You can get the famous American Wagyu swinging tomahawk for 25,880 pesos. Wow, Wagyu. I didn't know they had Wagyu in America. Very interesting. And here we are at Texas Roadhouse. Did you know Texas Roadhouse started in 1993 in Clarksville, Indiana, despite the name, Texas Roadhouse? But here in BGC, you can get a 12-ounce New York strip for 2,295 pesos. Now that's a bargain. And here we are at Ruth's Chris. Did you know that Ruth's Chris started in New Orleans, Louisiana? It was actually a woman named Ruth that bought a steakhouse called Chris's Steakhouse. And that's why it's called Ruth's Chris. Very interesting. But here in BGC, you can get a New York strip, 16 ounce, for 4,800 pesos. And here we are at Morton's. You know, Morton's started back in 1978 in Chicago by two guys, Arnie Morton and Klaus Fritsch. These guys actually met while working at the Playboy Club in Montreal. That's pretty interesting. But here in BGC, you can get a New York strip for 6,450 pesos. And here we are on High Street in BGC at our last stop, Wolfgang's Steakhouse by Wolfgang's Wiener. Now, this is an interesting story. One of my favorite steakhouses in Brooklyn, New York, Peter Luger's. Apparently, Wolfgang was the head waiter there for 40 plus years. Finally got sick of it, stole the recipes, started his own steakhouse, one of which is here in BGC. Unfortunately, Wolfgang apparently passed away in January of this year, but he is survived by his son, Peter. Which leads to the question, have you seen Peter's Wiener? Anyways, I know we've been looking at New York strip steaks so far. I did not see one on the menu here. I did see a New York prime sirloin, which is obviously different from a strip. 600 grams, interestingly enough, first menu that I've seen that has the metric system on it. And that is 5,988 pesos. So there you have it. Those are some of the steakhouses here in BGC. What was your favorite? What did I miss? Were you shocked by the prices? Let me know in the comments. And I will see you in the next one.